Do you want to hear something that's going to blow your mind? The advice that's supposed to set you free, the follow your passion advice, is actually the exact thing that's keeping you trapped in your 9 to 5, struggling to pay your bills and watching your dreams slip away year after year. And I know that sounds crazy, especially when every motivational speaker and life coach is screaming at you to chase your passion. But stick with me for the next 15 minutes because I'm going to show you why this is financial suicide and, more importantly, the counterintuitive approach that actually builds wealth and freedom. Over the past 10 years, I've built multiple 7-figure recruitment companies and I've generated over $1.5 million in profit. But here's the kicker. I wasn't passionate at all about recruitment when I started, and that's exactly why I succeeded. And I get it. You've been told your whole life that if you just follow your passion, the money will follow. That if you do what you love, you will never work a day in your life. Sounds beautiful, doesn't it? But here's the brutal truth. This advice has created an entire generation of broke, frustrated people. So today, I'm going to destroy this myth once and for all and show you the path that actually leads to both wealth and the ability to pursue your passions. So let me paint you a picture. Let's say you're really passionate about the music industry. You dream of being a singer, making albums, touring the world. So you follow that advice. You quit your job and you chase your passion. And there's just one problem. You can't sing. Now, you could spend years trying to force this dream to work. You could take voice lessons, perform at open mic nights, post covers on social media, hoping that somehow, someday, magically, you'll develop the talent that just isn't there. And meanwhile, your bank account is bleeding, you're working part-time jobs you hate just to survive. And then now you're stressed, you're broke, and ironically, you're starting to resent the very thing you were passionate about because it's causing you so much pain. And this is the passion trap. It convinces you that you have to monetize the thing you love even when you lack the skills, the market demand, or the natural ability to make it profitable. But here's what nobody tells you. Passion without profit is just an expensive hobby. And when your hobby is draining your bank account instead of filling it, that passion just quickly turns into resentment. By the way, I'm just getting this channel off the ground, so can I ask you a small favor? Hitting subscribe is completely free for you, but it's really valuable for me. And I promise that in return, I'll keep earning your trust with the best content I can make to help you start and grow your business. So thanks for the love, and let's get back to the video. So this is the alternative. You start a business in something you're not passionate about, but that actually makes money. Let me tell you my story. Before I started my recruitment agency, I was working a job where part of my responsibilities included hiring people. I also had sales experience. And when I was thinking about starting my own business, I wasn't dreaming about recruitment. I wasn't passionate about matching candidates with jobs, but I looked at my skills, I could sell, and I understood the hiring process. And then I looked at the market. The recruitment industry is worth over $800 billion and growing, and 7 out of 10 businesses are struggling to find talent. There was clear demand and good money to be made. So I bundled those two skills together and started my agency. Not because I love recruitment, but because it was a highly profitable business model. So here's the key. I reframed everything around what I was passionate about, and I told myself I wasn't working in recruitment. I was working in sales. I had to sell my services to clients, sell job opportunities to candidates, and sell my clients' companies to potential hires. And everything became about sales, hitting goals and personal growth and things I actually cared about. So let me give you a specific example. When I started, I was charging really low prices because I thought that's how you get clients when you're new. But then I asked one of my prospects why they didn't choose to work with me. And you know what they said? Because you were too cheap. We didn't believe you could deliver great results for that price. And that was a wake-up call. I raised my prices immediately. And guess what? I started getting more clients and not fewer, because expensive things are perceived as valuable. And the beautiful thing about focus on profit first is that you can work from anywhere. I work from Italy, Indonesia, Brazil, anywhere with good internet connection. And my team is in Belgium and I live in Dubai. And we serve clients in over 20 countries, and that's the kind of freedom a profitable business gives you. And you know what happened? After I started making money, something really unexpected. I started to grow into it. The success I was having made me appreciate the industry. I began to understand the impact I was having on people's lives, helping companies grow, helping people find better careers, and almost 10 years later, I'm genuinely passionate about what I do. But passion came after the success, not before it. And this is a secret they don't want you to know. Passion often follows success and not the other way around. And when you're good at something and it's making you money, you naturally start to care about it more. But there's another layer to this. You can choose what to be passionate about in your life. I'm passionate about my family, my wife and my kids. I'm passionate about providing for them and giving us all a great life together. In 2020, when the crisis hit and nobody was hiring, I really hated my business. I mean, the companies were laying people off and not hiring, so kind of troubling for me. And it was incredibly tough. I had to completely pivot my approach. I had to find new ways to find clients, and I used to work twice as hard for half the result. But I didn't give up because I wasn't just passionate about recruitment, I was passionate about my family's future, and I was passionate about letting them go hungry. And that commitment, that deeper purpose, carried me through the hardest times. And here's the beautiful part. Once my business became profitable, I could use those profits to explore my other interests. Remember our musician example? Instead of trying to force a singing career, imagine if they built a profitable business first and then use those profits to invest in music, maybe as a producer, maybe financing new artists, maybe creating a platform for musicians. So here's a formula that actually works, and I've seen this work for a lot of people. So step 1, you identify skills you already have that can be monetized. And don't overthink this. If you worked anywhere for more than a year, you have skills. Step 2 is you find a profitable market where those skills are valuable. So look for industries worth billions and not millions. And then step 3, you reframe the work around aspects you can be passionate about. For me, recruitment became sales. For you, it might be problem solving or helping people or building systems or whatever you like doing. And then step 4, you build a business until it's profitable and sustainable. You focus on profit and not passion. And then step 5, you use those profits and freedom to pursue your original passions. So let me give you an example of how this works. I originally thought I'd do recruitment for a few years, make some money, and then invest everything in real estate and live off that. And even though I have actually invested in real estate, I'm not living off it because I discovered that I actually love running my business. But here's the key. I had the choice. The profitable business gave me options. And when you have money coming in from a business that works, you can afford to take risks on your passions. You can invest in that music career, that art studio, or solving world hunger. But now you're doing it from a position of strength and not desperation because now you actually have money. And I know this might be hard to hear if you've been following your passion advice, but I'd rather give you the truth that sets you free than a beautiful lie that keeps you broke. And the fastest way to turn your life around isn't to chase what you love. It's to actually get good at something that pays well and then use that success to fund what you love. And if you're ready to stop chasing your passion and start building profit, I've created a free workbook and a custom AI GPT on how to make your first $1,000 online. You can grab it in the description below. This system works whether you want to build a social recruitment agency like I did or any other profitable business model. The key is starting with profit, not with passion. Your future self, the one with money in the bank and the freedom on your schedule and the ability to pursue any passion you want, will thank you for making this shift. So what's it going to be? Are you going to keep chasing the passion that keeps you broke, or are you ready to build a business that sets you free?